Today we're going to be looking at the Zidoo X9 Android TV box, which is a 4K quad-core Android box which features 2 GB of RAM and H.265 support for ultra-high resolution. Let's take a look in the box and see what we've got. So straight out of the box we have a simple, sparse, you might say, user guide, which just gets you going and basically plug it into your TV and power it up. And the unit itself, which is looks at first glance nicely designed, have to say, with a nice little LCD on the front, which you don't get in many of these TV boxes. Twin aerials at the back. We have USB 3 and USB 2 slots on the side, and a micro SD card slot, or TF card, depending on what you want to call it. And then on-off LAN, optical, HDMI in and out, another interesting thing, and AV and audio in and out, and the power in of course. Nice ventilation slots, so it looks fairly, and it feels kind of quite substantial. It's nicely built. Inside the box itself you get an HDMI cable, so no surprises there, power block, and of course a remote control. We'll take a look at this when we get the box hooked up to the television. No batteries. You'll need to go out and buy yourself a couple of AAAs to go in the remote control. Let's have a look at it when it's plugged up. So connection to the TV of this little Zidoo is as painless as all these Android TV boxes. Just a single connection with the HDMI from the TV into the box and the power lead, and you're good to go. Of course, with all those sockets and things, you've got lots of expansion capabilities to adding USB cards and all that kind of stuff. And then once you're up, you just power it up and you get a nice little LCD clock display, which is quite cute. Right, so let's see what it looks like on the TV, shall we? So there are two things that hit you immediately once you power up the Zidoo, and one is that this got this great UI, completely divorced of anything to do with Android whatsoever. This is a proper media center interface. This is the kind of thing you would expect to find to make life easy to navigate around. Really impressed with that. So you have two choice navigation modes. Since you don't have air mouse, you can either just do the click and move, like so. I've got to point it down to the box, of course. Or you hit this button here and it goes into mouse mode. And in which case, oh, no, sorry, you'll see the mouse suddenly appear there. There you go. And it's not as bad as some we've seen, but it's still not very elegant. You have full Android access, of course, so the first thing you have to do is to set up the Wi-Fi. It's running Android 4.4.2, and you get all the cool stuff like system updates, although I would advise that you and there are updates that are actually being shipped. So as you can see, I'm partway through a download of an upgrade here. It does take a long time over the Wi-Fi here. It might be better to download it from the forums. The company gives you a Zidoo forum where you can download the firmware updates and do put it onto a USB key and do the upgrade locally. I think that's probably a better bet, actually. One of the things you can do with this Zidoo X9, which is really quite neat, is this HDMI in with a recording function. Here I've just got a little quick test here. You could obviously plug your HDMI laptop in or anything like that, or set-top box. I've got a set-top box, a Sky set-top box here, which is decoded. Okay, well here we are. We've got the set-top box plugged in, going to HDMI in, and let's have a look and see. Right, so there we go. If I escape out of this is what's actually going on live on the set-top box at the moment. So I'll just mute that, and so I don't get in trouble with the copyright cops, and we'll go back. And so now from here I can actually record. So I've got a choice of full HD, HD and VGA. Keep it on full HD. I've got a choice of formats between MP4 and TS, and I can also schedule recordings for a period of time and in the future, and add it there. Press the start record button and you see at the bottom it's starting to add up the record time, so 8 seconds, 9 seconds, etc. And you can record as long as you've got space, I suppose. Once you've done that, you can press stop, start, and then move across to the very handy lists function here, and there you go, there's the recordings that we've done. So you can see it's fairly simple to understand, and hit play, and this is the recording. The quality is definitely downgraded, and there's no audio. I have a feeling I may be able to get an audio out of it if I get a optical cable, because it's optical on the set-top box and optical on the Zidoo. But I haven't got around to that yet, so this is just a demo. So what else do you have? Well, you have full app manager, as you'd expect, and it comes with a bunch of stuff. You will have to, on a lot of these things, you will have to, of course, have Google account. All these games that are represented by icons are actually waiting for you to download. And there's Kodi, of course. The old, or the new XBMC, I should say. Keep up there at the back. And again, it comes fairly basic. You have to install your own add-ons, but there's nothing new to that. The process is very simple. So when you start up, you'll be in this menu. And for those of you who are newcomers to Kodi or XBMC, the thing to do is to just go in, click on System, and go down to Add-ons. And what you'll find is there are add-ons, repositories of add-ons already available, and the one you should use in this particular case is the Kodi add-on repository. Just click on that and you will have a choice of things you can actually install to make your media center more of an all-round cool entertainment center. There you go. So you have a bunch of stuff here, and then what you can do is go down and select video add-ons, if you're interested in the video, of course. And here's a bunch of standard, all legal channels you can use, which are part of the Kodi experience. And this, you know, ranges from things like College Humor. So if I wanted to install that, I just literally press OK and then press OK again, and that's the OK button in the middle there I'm pressing, by the way. And off it goes. And once I come out again, then there are a number of ways you can actually set up your menuing on this. I won't go into that. You need a full video for that. But basically, you just go into the video add-ons, and as you can see, there's College Humor, which has just arrived. Let me show you stuff that's already on that I put on there yesterday. So here, for instance, is a Greenpeace piece on ocean stuff and fishing out in the deep oceans. As you can see, the quality is pretty awesome coming through Kodi there. So you know, you'll find no, as long as you've got a good enough connection, of course, you need, but the Wi-Fi is rock solid. The 2.5 or 5 gigahertz options you've got on this Wi-Fi with the antennas means that this box is locked on, not getting any dropouts or any problems at all with streaming this from the router next door. Pretty cool all round, really. Well, here we are in a Asphalt 8. I'm not going to bother steering this. I'm just going to let it drive. And as you'll see, it goes quite well. You're just really just looking at the graphics. Yeah, it's pretty good. It's good enough for playing games, and certainly you're getting a decent enough frame rate. So now let's take a look at something like the 4K. We'll do our fake 4K view and just give it an idea of how well it handles YouTube videos in high resolution, or as high as we can get it. So here's our 4K demo again, looking as splendid as you'd expect. I mean, it's obviously not on a 4K. I repeat, it's not on a 4K television, so I'm just trying to show the fake 4K to show how we are handling the panning and all that kind of stuff at high resolution, or the highest resolution we lay our hands on. And this is Peru, looking rather beautiful, as you can see. So I don't think you'll have any complaints about the quality. I just found an interesting little thing. There's a remote, a Zidoo remote control you can download. Let me just capture that. Oh, let me just come out and capture that in a barcode reader, and we can see what the score is. There you go. So it'll work on Android only at the moment. And there you have it. I've just downloaded the Zidoo TV remote control. You have to link it with your box, and then one assumes from then on you can just do everything you want to do on it. Yeah, you can, using the remote control, the phone. So that's quite cool. In fact, I found a bunch of controls. You can have key mode, mouse gesture mode. So if you do it in gesture mode, you do strikes back and forth on the touchpad on your phone, and then double hit to access. So that's pretty cool, actually. Yeah, I like this. This is okay. This actually works. Okay, so that's the Zidoo X9 Android TV box. On quick summary, nice box, has a great UI. I really like this colourful UI, great for newcomers to Android TV boxes. Beautiful design, solid, and works pretty well. And I love this little app, this little Android app that you get as a remote control. It really works well. So the Zidoo X9, yeah, pretty good. As usual, if you enjoyed this video, please subscribe to our channel so we can bring you more cool stuff.